Greetings, Sentinels fans. Let's do a lore video. Today we are doing Akash'Bhuta /Thria /Flora Darsha whatever other impressive sounding name you can put on. There was creation, and there was void. Where the two meet is the Nexus, a meeting place where the world of the material and the ethereal mix. It resided peacefully on a far-off, distant planet. Then, the parasites came. Creatures would come intending to feed on the energy of the void as it leaked through the Nexus. They lashed their claws on the land and sucked it dry, draining the Nexus until the planet could no longer support the void. It was destroyed. The void shifted through the universe until it found a new host for the Nexus, planet Earth. Not wishing for the parasites to return, the Nexus bonded the life of the planet with the energies of the void, making spirits to serve as an army against the parasites. I was one of those spirits. When the parasites came, we fought. They tried to feed on our creator, and we smashed and crushed and ripped and mangled our enemy. But they were so many and so powerful. We had lost many of our own. I could have been one of those losses. But another one of us came to my aid and siphoned their own energy to help me recoup my losses. When I took the energy, I felt strong. The more I took, the stronger I felt. I held on, draining my fellow spirit down to a husk. With the experience of combat and the power of mine and my fellow, I could fight the parasites even better. It was then that I knew how I could win our war. I could take the power from the other spirits and use my overwhelming might to eliminate the parasites and send them away from the void and back into the abyss. Amongst the fighting, I drained the essence of every spirit I came into contact with and used it to exterminate the vermin. I took and killed and fought and fought and fought. Decades and centuries and millennia and eons passed while I crushed every parasite in my path until they fled, bleeding into the nothingness they came from. The Nexus is mine. The planet is mine. I will rest, ready to guard against future incursions and shape the flora and fauna to my liking. I sealed the Nexus away so nobody else could get to it. In time, life blossomed, grew, fell, decayed, and produced new life as my world turned. In time came a promising new creature, the ape, which gave way to the human. This creature would come to notice me, and even give me the credit I am due for saving this planet. I was Gaia, Mother Nature, Terra, Earth, but the name I've decided to keep is Akash'Bhuta. In time, the humans would learn to manipulate the nature around them. They would create tools, manipulate the elements, and even use the mystical energies. They unsealed my Nexus. One human managed to gain control of the energies of the very void I had previously locked away. In them, I saw a seed that could lead to another one of those parasites. In order to protect my Nexus, I may have to wipe humanity from the face of my Earth, starting with this virtuoso of the void. This human, for his diminutive size, has power. I could not stop them. I would need to rest. I would have to lay dormant for now, regain my strength. But what is this? Another one? Another virtuoso? This will not stand. If the humans persist on abusing the power of the void, then I may have to destroy them. every Void Singer must perish. And over the eons, I have destroyed many. If I find a virtuoso, I destroy them. But each time a new one seems to rise up. Recently, I thought I obliterated the line of the teacher and student when I caused the one in crimson to destroy himself. I thought I was done, that my job was complete again. But the line refuses to die. This new virtuoso, clad in silver, had begun his own vigil, and I must face it. This new opponent, having no teacher, took up a new path, gathering the tools of many of his predecessors, and taking the power of their owners for his own. He hoarded the magic, gathering as much as he could. I must eliminate this parasite before he becomes a greater danger than any other virtuoso. In addition to taking care of him, it might be time to exterminate his species as a whole. Time to take all the power I can get. The planet, and all the essence I've poured into it, will rebel against these humans. We fought, but not to a conclusive end. The virtuoso is mighty, but so am I. When I thought I had beaten him, he brought allies, other beings of significant power, through the manipulation of primal forces. I needed to flee and regain my strength. Maybe I could fight the virtuoso again, or wait him out. But it would appear that my doom would come to me, not at the Silver Singer's hand, but at the hand of another human, a woman who weaponized pollution. I fought her off, but the disgusting material threatens my very essence. Wait, Akash, you okay? You. I recognize you. What do you want, mortal? I saw you were in trouble. I came to help. You came to gloat. Your enemy is at your feet, about to perish. You won. Enjoy. I cannot let you die. You are still important. Strong words for a worm that I have forgotten about. Why? Because the worm benefits from the tree as much as the tree benefits from the worm. This is a lesson you, yourself, have taught me. All life is precious, and I will protect it. You are no different. All life is precious. You may be right. You can continue to protect life. I can help you. You do not need to destroy in order to protect. I will try. I can't at my full power, as I have lost most of it, but I will try. I worked with the naturalist from then, as Akash'Bhuta. I even occasionally worked with the virtuoso. I moved around my world, and I could see the smaller wrongs, the evil that eluded my gaze, and I was able to act. I persisted in that way until the coming of the singular entity, the monster, existing on a scale far exceeding my own at my prime, had come to destroy all that I had set to create and preserve. Me, the virtuoso, and the other powered humans were united in opposing this oblivion. Our battle took us to a human city, and we fought with all our might. When all seemed lost, and the city was about to crash in on itself, I expended as much energy as I could muster, and give my human allies a tool to protect them. The great tree I made in their city held my will and my power, providing energy to empower the heroes or heal them, as well as providing a support for their broken city. However, when the flying ship crashed into the being, it fled. My tree took a lot out of me, and I needed to lay in slumber once again, or else I would perish. The naturalist and the virtuoso took me back to the only place that could save me, the Nexus of the Void. I readied myself for sleep, but it was not to be. The last remaining parasite had returned. It had joined with Oblivion, and it was back. It had returned to my Nexus, intending to drain it and destroy it. I had to stop it, and I fought. The Nexus, recognizing that I was doing my old job again, reached out and reconnected me to its power. I had rejoined the void. I tried to rebuff the parasite, but I couldn't stop it from destabilizing the Nexus. I face true doom now. However, there is no time. The final confrontation with the singular entity is coming. We have gone back to Insular Primalis, and we will face him. Me, and every hero we could find. It is time. Oblivion is here. On my land. My planet. This is my world, and he cannot destroy it with his petty whims. Hear me, intruder. You trespass on my world, kill the life on my planet, and you think you can destroy my charge? Kneel under my power. Fall to my might. Break under the weight of all the life I protect. In your final moments, you will learn never to set foot here. This planet is mine. Mine. Mine! It's over. I am diminished. Am I dead? No. A tiny part of me still lives. The tree of Megalopolis still stands. But what is this? What is this power? This is not mine. It came from the singular entity. But maybe I will make it mine. Someday. Virtuoso, find me when you are able. Well, that was a lot, but then again, it isn't every day I go into insane cosmic stuff. So, let's move on to the decks. And today, I even have a definitive edition deck for Akash'Bhuta. It's not too different from her enhanced edition version, but it has some extra things. Akash etc. is defined by her interactions with the environment. Villain Akash gets more cards in play when targets in the environment show up, while Hero Akash can place her own targets into the environment deck to set traps for the villains and to stifle the environment. Now today I find myself in an interesting position, because we have a villain deck that moved on to a hero deck, but hasn't really changed significantly in powers or behavior. Baron Blade uses a lot of the same tech, but he keeps using a different power set and behavior. Harpy gets new powers on top of her old ones, and restrains herself more. Lifeline has a similar behavior to Deadline, but has a different power set. La Capitane has the same powers in all her incarnations, but vastly different behaviors. Legacy is pretty much the only one who doesn't really change between versions. With Akash'Bhuta, her powers and behaviors are pretty much the same, just scaled down. Well, at least in theme. In practice, Akash'Bhuta ends up as more of a trapmaster. We see some primordial limbs reflected in the primordial seeds, though scaled down of course. The effect of ensnaring brambles is reflected in strangling roots. The noxious pod and the creeping mold have been retroactively referring to the DE entropic fungi. We also seem to have another retroactive reference with strangling vines and as the earth turns, and return to the earth, though in art and not in effect. Now I do wonder if 3 is cultivation, which adds a power use and /or the end of the turn, can play a card from the environment deck or discard one, is referencing the passive abilities of Akash'Bhuta's EE character card, where she gets another card in play when an environment target shows up, or discards an environment card on her limbs being destroyed on her flip side. I also have to wonder if Accelerate Nature's Order effect is supposed to mimic Primeval Eruption, while Primeval Germination is a name reference. But all in all, there doesn't seem to be too much to look through, so this one seems to have been a short one. So I believe that is all, folks. So I hope you've had a good day, and I'll see you next time. Take care, friends. Note to self, reduce the exposure on this thing, jeez. I look like a freaking vampire. Now let's put on my best my best earth spirit voice. Okay, now for the hard part. I have to do the naturalist voice, which means I have to put on an African accent, which I'm not quite sure I can do. Sentinel Comics Wiki, 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 Sentinel Comics Wiki, do 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 do.